morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the Palms Resort Casino, the Pearl Theater, inside the newly opened Palms Resort Casino here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum, and brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. It's exciting to be here in Las Vegas this weekend at the Palms. Lots of excitement, lots of buzz, as the WBO Middleweight Championship of the World is on the line. Janibek, Alimkhanuly, Denzel Bentley joining me on stage. And then to either side of the gentlemen, the WBA Minimumweight Championship on the line. Seniesa, Estrada, and Jazmin Gala Villarino, thank you for joining us. And a very special guest on stage to my far right, Emiliano Vargas, here as well. Again, nothing better than fight week in Las Vegas. Nothing better than being here inside the Palms. So let's get right to it. And I want to start with you, Emiliano. Thank you so much for joining us, spending his time with us. Just signed a multi-year promotional deal with Top Rank. What does that mean to you?
No, well, you know, God is the greatest. You know, I want to thank Bob Arum personally for taking the time and, you know, even considering signing me. It's a blessing. Top Rank has had all the stars of boxing in history. You look back, it's had Floyd Mayweather, it's had Oscar, it's had you know, countless world champions, obviously ones I look up to, and it's just a blessing. And you know, I want to thank my management as well for looking over everything and making sure everything's right, and we're ready to put on a performance November 12th.
The pro career, the pro journey starts now. And obviously the Vargas name is legendary in the sport of boxing. Your father obviously is your trainer.
Right.
What advice, what guidance has he sort of given you lately leading up to your first fight here with Top Rank? And just talk about that partnership and that relationship for a few minutes.
No, well, we have a beautiful relationship. My father's everything I need him to be. You know, a great father, especially him not having a father. He's an amazing father. You know, we have a beautiful dynamic. Yeah, everything I need him to be. He doesn't really need to be on me. I know exactly what I got to do, and this camp has been phenomenal. I've had the opportunity to spar with Jorge Linares for this whole training camp, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to show the world that these Vargases can't fight, that, you know, we're just not just the last name, and you'll be surprised. Believe me, you'll be surprised.
Born and raised in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Top Rank Boxing is based in Las Vegas. You mentioned Bob, who's sitting here, doesn't miss an event. How do you stay focused and not get distracted by the glitz and glam of all things Las Vegas? Because you're a part of it. You get it. I see you out there and about. But how do you keep the eye on the prize?
Well, there's a time and place for everything. You know, there's a time to have fun. There's a time to put my head down and work, and right now is the time to put my head down and work. I'm ready this Saturday to, you know, have my ESPN debut. Like I said, God is the greatest, and I'm definitely ready, excited, and had a phenomenal training camp, and I'm ready to go.
Was there ever a doubt that you'd be sitting here, signed by Top Rank, embarking on your professional debut? And what I mean by that was, did you ever have a moment where you're like, you know what, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to go be a psychologist. Did you always know that you were going to be a professional fighter?
Well, I mean, I've always been around the sport, and I say it, even if I wanted to run away from the sport, I couldn't. Being Mexican, you know, so deeply embedded in our Mexican culture, just the Mexican boxing, and not just my dad being who he is, and you know, Christmases, you know, we'd all put on the gloves, so I'll be wearing white suits or whatever, and somebody ends up with blood on their suit, and, you know, that's just how it is. It's you know, always screams, yelling, and fighting in our household, and, you know, I love boxing. This is something that I fell in love with, and I definitely want to see it all the way through, and I'm going to carry this until I can't no more. This is something I truly love to do, and I'm very excited to showcase my abilities and my skills, and, you know, put shows the way my dad did. You know, you always look forward to the big fights, the carne asadas at your uncle's spot, and people betting, and you know what I'm saying? So I hope I could be that. If I could be 1% of what my father did, I know I'll be great, because his career was phenomenal, and just the excitement, I was actually watching some of his fights, and just the excitement, the emotion all their fans had. You know, there was never a boring Vargas fight, regardless, win, lose, or draw. And I just hope to bring that excitement back to boxing, man.
Well, listen, on behalf of everybody at Top Rank Boxing, myself included, very excited to see your journey begin and honored, privileged to be sitting with you here today and look forward to the weigh-ins tomorrow and your first fight Saturday night. Thank you for being with us. Right next door to you, a very special fighter and another historic moment in the making this weekend. Seniesa Estrada, 22-0, 9 knockouts. Here you are making your Top Rank ESPN debut. How do you feel? Oh,
it feels amazing. I'll be back in the ring after over 300 days. I'm just so blessed to just continue and end my career with Top Rank. I thank God and I thank Bob Arum and Top Rank for just giving me the opportunity to just represent women's boxing. They've done such a great job with Michaela Mayer, and I've always noticed that and always recognized that. And I'm just happy now I can just be back in the ring and show everybody what I'm about and continue to just rack up world titles.
I love it. Your opponent over here, Jazmin Gala Villarino. Did I say that correctly? See, I said that right? Gardy, I'm going to have you translate. Did I pronounce your name properly? I want to make sure I get it right all weekend.
You got it.
Lo dijo perfecto.
It's good. Your first fight in the United States on a huge platform. What does this opportunity mean to you?
Tu primera pelea en los Estados Unidos en una gran plataforma. ¿Qué significa este momento para ti?
Yo tengo una felicidad que claramente no la puedo ocultar y estoy muy preparada para este momento.
It's a happiness that I cannot hide. I'm very happy and ready for this moment.
Yeah, we're sitting here at the Palms Casino, iconic, legendary property, first fight in the United States. This is a big opportunity. How important is it for her to make sure she puts on a great show?
Es una gran oportunidad. ¿Cuán importante es para ti poner una buena presentación el sábado?
Claro, yo sé que es una gran oportunidad, la voy a aprovechar. Yo sé que me están subestimando mucho por la diferencia de peleas que hay entre ella y yo, pero bueno, soy argentina, soy de la tierra del Chino Maidana, de Fernando Martínez, y estoy segura de que voy a hacer un excelente espectáculo. Vamos a hacer un excelente espectáculo.
I know this is a big opportunity. I'm going to take full advantage of it. I feel like they are underestimating me a little bit, but I'm from the land of Chino Maidana and all these great Argentinian fighters, and we're going to put a great show on Saturday.
Seniesa, I want to come back to you. All the lights, all the press aside, you know, how has it been for you to stay focused and keep the task at hand?
I don't underestimate anybody that I step into the ring with. You know, I know that this is her time to shine. She wants to come here and defeat me, and she's coming in as the underdog. So I know she's training harder than she's ever trained before, and I'm training harder than I've ever trained before because now I have an even bigger and better platform. And I know I still have a lot to prove. So I know Argentinians are tough, but I got that Mexican blood and Mexican heart. And I come from where fighters like Fernando Vargas came from and other great Mexicans. So I'm going to show that on Saturday night.
Dean Campos has been training you since you were 8 years old. You know, it's public knowledge. This opportunity, we talked when we first started today, that it's a huge opportunity for you. What do you think this means to him?
Oh, man, Dean, where are you? Sorry.
No, don't apologize. This is a big moment. It's a huge network. It's an unbelievable company that is the pioneer of the sport of boxing. You have Bob Arum sitting right up front. I don't take it for granted as a host. I sit here and I think of how special these moments are, and I can only imagine how special this is for you and your team.
Yeah, it's very special because these past 11 months have been difficult for me to stay out of the ring and not fighting. So I felt like I was missing out on so much because I'm so competitive and I want to show that I'm great. So I know it means so much for my father and for Dean, who put so much time into me when women's boxing was nowhere. And women's boxing has had the most amazing year this year. So fast forward to now, I feel like I didn't miss out on anything these past 11 months because I'm back at a better time in women's boxing than ever, and I'm just going to help elevate women's boxing so much more.
Well, we're excited for it. One more question for Jazmin. You mentioned it in your last answer. Do you feel like you're being overlooked, and how have you prepared knowing that this is the toughest test of your career to date?
Piensa que te están subestimando y cómo te has preparado para esta pelea que es tu examen más fuerte hasta el día de hoy.
Me preparé como si quisiera sacarle cinturón a la campeona mundial, a la número 1, la número 5 del mundo, invicta con 22 peleas. Así que me preparé a conciencia, mente, cuerpo, alma para que todo esto sea posible.
I prepared to get the title away from the champion. You know, he's like the fit fighter in the world, the woman fighter in the world, and I'm going to take full advantage of this opportunity, and that's how I prepare.
Amazing. Jazmin, thank you.
Thank you.
Seniesa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our main event, they're sitting on either side of me. It is the WBO Middleweight Championship of the World. Janibek, Alimkhanuly, Denzel Bentley. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Champ, I'm going to start with you, and Iga's going to translate for me. The last time you were in Vegas, just down the street, you put on possibly a KO of the Year candidate type fight, and you were quoted with saying, "I haven't even shown you my best punches yet." What part of his game haven't we seen?
В прошлый раз, когда ты боксировал здесь, в Лас-Вегасе, ты почти исполнил нокаут года и сказал, что вы еще не видели моих самых сильнейших ударов. Что мы еще не видели в тебе?
Ассаламу алейкум баршаңызға. Бүгін жалпы жекпе-жекке келгеніме өте қуаныштымын. Бұл біздің жекпе-жек, біздің шоу. Сондықтан да енді ол алдыңғы жекпе-жектегі нокауттар олар тек бастамасы ғана болған болатын. Құдай қаласа, ертеңгі жекпе-жекте өте жақсы өнер көресіздер, жақсы нокаут көресіздер, қатты соққылар көресіздер.
First of all, good afternoon, everybody. And last time it was just the beginning of my knockout career. So I hope if God will provide me, I will do much better and you can see my good punches.
Amazing. Denzel, welcome to the Palms here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Before we went on air, I asked you when you came over. You've been in town 2 weeks now. What does this moment mean to you?
It means a lot, you know what I'm saying? We're at the top of the sport now. This is what I've dreamed of as a fighter, so what every fighter dreams of. Opportunity of a lifetime to be here in Vegas, fight for the WBO World Champion against the champion himself. So I'm excited to be here, man, and I'm happy.
I'm excited for you to be here. Two-time British middleweight champion. I'm just going to say it again. Two-time British middleweight champion. Do you feel like you've been overlooked a little bit?
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Nah, it doesn't.
You're bringing the game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
What are we going to see Saturday night?
You're going to see something special.
A man of many words. I like it. I like it. Champ, I want to come back over to you, and I'm going to address the question over here. Trained by Hall of Famer Buddy McGirt, who's in the building, and an incredible manager in Igis Klimas. How does this team bring out the best in you?
Тренирует тебя Бадди Магерт, известный тренер, менеджер у тебя Эгис. Что тебе значит быть вокруг такой команды?
Біз басында келгенде осындай жақсы команда жинау үшін келдік. Қазір біздің команда өте жақсы қарқында. Тек қана чемпиондарға шығуға дайын екен. Қазір өзіміздің жаттығуларда көрсетіп жатырмыз.
When I came to America, it was already in our plans to bring a good team around us. And because of that team, thankful to this team, I'm a champion right now, and we're going to be to continue doing that.
Yeah, you do have a great team around you, and I was just interested in your perspective on it. Denzel, I want to come over to you. Your last fight, Marcus Morrison, it was a brawl, but you knew this fight was happening when you stepped into the ring. So I'm curious, when you knew this fight was planned and happening and you still had to get in the ring against Marcus, did things go as planned in that fight? Because it was a brawl.
Yeah, no, it was just about, you know, getting a W and coming out of that fight injury-free, so I can come into this fight in the best shape possible. So that's what I went and done. The fight planned out how it ended up panning out. You know, it happens, innit? Could have boxed in, brawl, whatever. He brought it. I had to bring it back, and I just had to make sure I left that fight with a W and injury-free.
Yeah, you definitely did that. But that first round, I went back and watched the fight. And I was like, that first round was probably didn't go the way it was supposed to go.
Listen, it's boxing. Things happen, man. Yeah, things happen.
Listen, he said publicly he's going to knock you out. How does, as a fighter, what does that do to your gut? Like, what goes on in your mind when you hear your opponent, I'm going to knock him out?
He's meant to say that. He's meant to say that. You saw him. He wants to keep his KO streak, and so do I. So we're in for a good fight on Saturday.
You think you can knock him out Saturday night?
Yeah, I think I can, yeah.
100%. Yeah, okay. It's going to be a brawl.
Yeah.
One last question for the champ. Andrade vacated and moved up. Was he afraid to fight you?
Андраде оставил титул вакантным и поднялся в весе. Ты думаешь, что он побоялся с тобой драться?
Енді негізі чемпиондармен шығудан қорықпайды. Ол ашық керек. Енді оның өзінің бір жоспарлары бар шығар. Оны мен түсіне алмадым. Бірақ мен чемпиондармен шығуға келдім. Мен чемпион болғаннан кейін чемпиондармен шығу керекпін. Келесі жекпе-жектерде Құдай қаласа топ рэнк боларым атамыз сол мақсаттарымызды орындап береді деп ойлаймын.
I don't know why nowadays champions is not fighting with the champions. I don't think they should be afraid. I am here, I am a champion now. I am here to fight the champions, and hopefully Top Rank can organize me next fights to fight with the champions.
Yeah, well, there's an opponent to my left here who's clearly not afraid. He's here, and you're ready to go Saturday night as well.
Yeah, I'm more than ready.
Listen, I want to thank everybody on stage for joining me. It means a lot. Honored to be sitting with you. Everybody watching, if you have not been inside the Pearl Theater at the Palms Resort and Hotel here in Las Vegas, Nevada, please join us. It is an unbelievable setting for a fight, and there's nothing better than fight weekend in Las Vegas. So please, we'll see you tomorrow as we weigh everybody in right here at this location. Again, thank you for tuning in. This is Boxing. This is Top Rank. We will see you tomorrow at the same time as they get on the scale. Have a great afternoon.